We got the Bills and Chiefs for the AFC title. Let's talk some football. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some more football, and we don't have much of it left. That's right, only 3 games. But we got a great game to talk about here. But quick reminder, the NFC Championship game, the preview and best bets video, and we have 3 best bets for that game. That video is out now, so be sure to go check that out. But this is the game we've been waiting for all season. Can Josh Allen finally get over the hump? Can Mahomes be the first quarterback to go to his 3rd Super Bowl in a row? But before all that, we got to tell you, Outlier. Any graphics you see in this video are from an app called Outlier, the best betting research tool on the market today. If you guys want to try it out, click that link below for a 7-day free trial. So let's have a quick laugh before we get into this. So the dad joke today. Did you know that boomerangs were Australia's biggest export? It's also their biggest import. Alrighty. In this video, it's going to be quick and simple. If you're looking for the recap, by the way, from the divisional round, that is in the NFC Championship video, so go check that out. But in this one, we're going to preview and give our best bets for the Bills and Chiefs, and then finish it with the recap. Pretty simple, straightforward. Let's get some winners. But before that, hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. You guys have been incredible on our 3rd NFL season on this channel. We appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and come join this awesome community. And also the Discord link is below, completely free to join. And a lot of good sports minds in there as well. So that's what we got. It's time to get right into it and talking some Bills and Chiefs. All right, before we get to that game, though, we got to tell you about a great promo with DraftKings right now. It's for new customers only. All you got to do is click the link below in the description to sign up. Once you're done with that, you deposit $10 and you bet $5. It doesn't matter what happens with that $5. You get $200 instantly in bonus bets. It is a great deal, limited time only. I always recommend if you can get multiple sports books, it can really help you with all the odds and line shopping and things like that. So take advantage of this now with DraftKings by clicking that link below. But of course, you must be 21 years or older to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, like we always do, we are heading out to Arrowhead Stadium for the AFC title game. The Chiefs are hosting the Buffalo Bills. Chiefs minus 1.5. Total in this one is 47.5. Let's preview this game before we get into the bets, just so we can talk more football before this season ends. Josh Allen versus Mahomes. If you don't know, Josh Allen 4-1 against the Chiefs in the regular season, 0-3 against Mahomes and the Chiefs in the playoffs. We all know his struggle there. Earlier meeting in Buffalo, Buffalo won 30-21. They outyarded the Chiefs 366 to 259. It was one of the lowest offensive outputs for the Chiefs this year. Mahomes only threw for 196, 3 TDs and 2 interceptions. And then Hunt had a pretty good game on the ground as well. 14 carries, 60 yards. Pacheco was out for that game. Xavier Worthy and Noah Gray led the team with 4 receptions each. And if you don't remember, that was the Noah Gray 2-touchdown game. For the Bills, that game, Josh Allen, 27 for 40, 262, 1 TD and 1 pick. He also ran for 55 yards on the ground. James Cook had 9 carries for 20 yards. He massively struggled on the ground. Bills wide receivers had some really good games against the Chiefs in that earlier meeting. Shakir, 8 catches for 70 yards. Curtis Samuel, 5 catches for 58. Amari Cooper, 2 catches for 55. Tight end Dawson Knox also had 4 catches for 40 yards. But again, that game was in Buffalo. This is now in KC. So let's talk some numbers this year. Offensively, Bills averaged 27.9 points per game on the road. That's a little bit less, about 5.3 points per less, as they averaged 33.2 at home. Chiefs averaged 23.7 points per game at home, 21.7 on the road. Now, defenses, Bills have struggled a little bit more on the road. They've given up 25.1 points per game on the road compared to only 17.3. That's about an 8-point difference. That is pretty massive. Chiefs giving up 18.1 points per game at home, 6th best in the NFL. Quick injuries. Bills have key injuries on defense you got to keep an eye on. Linebacker Matt Milano is questionable with a hamstring. That would be huge if he can't go. He is a huge part of this defense. Safety Taylor Rapp is questionable. Hurt himself last week. And cornerback Christian Benford is also questionable. Just some injuries to keep in mind. And then the Chiefs, pretty healthy. Other than the usual IR guys, they're coming into this game pretty healthy. So I got 2 best bets for this one. This first one is a 1-unit play. My favorite bet of the game. Give me Dalton Kincaid over 33.5 receiving yards at minus 115 on Bet365. He's had an up and down season. But let's just wait until you hear some numbers against KC at the end of this, just to kind of let you know all the numbers and everything and why I love this bet so much. But before that, let's hop into Outlier and check out some Dalton Kincaid numbers. That's right. So we're going to go look at the last 10 games. As you can see, he's only over this in 4 of 10. So it's not a great hit rate. Still averaging 34 yards per game in those last 10, though. He's only over in 2 of the last 8. So if you're a hit rate person, you do not like this play whatsoever. But let's scroll down and kind of dive into some more numbers here. Receptions, targets in these last 10. Before the last 3, he had 5 plus targets in 7 straight, 7 plus targets in 4 of those 7, and then the last 3 games happened. As you can see, only 2, 3, and 2 targets the last 3 games. The reasons for the low targets in the last 3 games, well, let me tell you, 2 absolute blowouts, 40-14 and 31-7 wins. Only 22 pass attempts by Josh Allen last week against Baltimore. As you saw the game, not a heavy pass game for them. But then let's look at average yards per reception for Dalton Kincaid, averaging 10.9 yards per reception in the last 10 games. Now, here's where it starts. Look over at the matchup versus tight ends. It is the number 1 matchup in the NFL. Chiefs are dead last in allowing receiving yards to tight ends. Kincaid had 45 receiving yards versus KC in the playoffs last year. He did not play them this year, so he already showed he can do it last year in the playoffs. The Chiefs are a team that's been great versus the run and great versus wide receivers, which is why I like Kincaid here, because in games where the Bills actually have to pass a lot, which they don't always have to, Kincaid has had those bigger games, and I see that happening here. Let's talk some crazy stats. The last 12 tight ends since their bye against the Chiefs. Since the Chiefs bye, here's what the last 12 tight ends have done. Dalton Schultz last week, 4 for 63 yards. Pat Fryermuth, 7 catches, 60 yards. Dalton Schultz again, 4 for 45. Jordan Akins, 3 for 30. Stone Smart, 3 for 54. Brock Bowers, 10 for 140. You guys still with me? Here we go. Jatavian Sanders, 3 catches for 49 yards. Dawson Knox, because Dalton Kincaid was out that game for the Bills, 4 catches, 40 yards. Adam Troutman, 1 for 34. Cade Otton, 8 for 77. Bowers again, 5 for 58. George Kittle, 6 for 92. All 12 tight ends, the last 12 tight ends against the Chiefs have gone for 30 or more receiving yards. 11 of those 12 went over this line. And the last 12 tight ends that I just named are averaging 61.83 yards per game. That's why I think this is a great bounce back spot here for Dalton Kincaid. Every single tight end, all the cool ones are doing it. He is going to go over this line, possible ladder spot. So give me Dalton over 33.5 receiving yards as my first best bet in this game. And now we move to bet number 2. It's a touchdown prop. I haven't given these out much in the playoffs. Give me Josh Allen anytime touchdown. I'm going to go a half unit on this one, plus 100 on FanDuel. He is the number 1 guy in the goal line. You guys know that? He now has 1+ touchdown in 7 of the last 10. Here's what's crazy. In the last 10, he has a total of 12 touchdowns. That is insane for a quarterback. 4 rushing touchdowns in the last 3 games versus the Chiefs as well. He has a 28.2% red zone rush share, second behind James Cook, up to 33% though in the last 10 games. He's had 6 red zone rush attempts just last game against the Baltimore Ravens. It is crazy. Bills love to go empty and have him just plow into the end zone, as you guys have seen multiple times. I am surprised to see even money here. For a guy with 12 touchdowns the last 10 games, usually you're not getting plus 100 odds, especially a guy who's heavily used at the goal line like he is. He's proven he can do it versus Kansas City. Proven he can do it just pretty much every week, especially lately. They're using him quite a bit at the goal line. So give me Josh Allen anytime touchdown as my second best bet in this one. And if I had to lean aside, in case you guys are wondering, I almost made it a best bet. Maybe I still do. I think the Bills take it. I do. I think this is you've seen 3 teams, 3 quarterbacks go to try to go to the Super Bowl 3 times. They've won the first 2 Super Bowls, went to the title game. They're all 0-3 for a reason. It's very hard. I think this is Josh Allen's time. Have I pulled the trigger yet? No, because why would I want to just love to fade Patrick Mahomes at Arrowhead Stadium? It is really hard to bet against the Chiefs in the playoffs, you guys know, but I do think this is Josh Allen and the Bills' time. So we'll see what happens. But again, that's just a lean right now. So just want to point that out. But that's what I got for this game and the best bets and all that. But before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. My 2 best bets for the AFC title game. Dalton Kincaid over 33.5 receiving yards, minus 115 for 1 unit, and Josh Allen anytime touchdown for a half unit. Any added plays for this game will be in the pinned comments below on X and on Discord. And then, of course, as you see down there, the lean on the money line is the Buffalo Bills for me. I think they finally get over the hump and get to the Super Bowl. So thank you guys for watching as always. Again, if you haven't checked it out already, go check out that NFC preview and championship video as we give out 3 best bets between the Commanders and Eagles as well. But hit that like button if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support all season long. Hope you guys enjoy this awesome game, and we'll talk to you soon.